Right, this Saturday afternoon I'm running two extremely sought after engines. On the left we have a Bowman PW203. On the right we have a Plain Products L5, commonly known as a Latimer L5, made by Plain Products of Latimer Road, Teddington, somewhere around the 1950s. The PW203 sometime around 46 to 49.50. These two are very similar in sort of design in many respects. They've got the characteristic oiler going into the actual engine frame. The L5 is a little later, and I think some of the design cues were taken from the PW203. Both are extremely sort of collectible engines from that immediate post-war period, and they're both extremely competent runners. I think the 203 is ready to go, and the L5 is just about ready. This one has a plunger type piston, though it's bigger than the L4. It's very much a very simple affair as opposed to the more elaborate piston found on the 203. They both have these very similar lamps. My 203 has the more rounded edge ones, although 203s can come with a very square type burner like the Latimer. The Latimer is a very clean, crisp design. I particularly like it as the aesthetics of the particular design. Say the 203 is a little more complex with a base mounted chimney and obviously a regulator as well. There is a whistle on the L5 which commonly breaks off very easily, but again it's a very simple design. Curiously, the safety valve on the L5 is very similar to the 3/8 inch Mammoth safety valve at the time. This is the first time I've seen them together, and it's only the second time I've seen the L5 since it's been in my custodianship, and say it wasn't steamed at all last year. You can see the 203 is a lot livelier off the mark. It's got a much bigger piston with a felt retaining oil lubricator fitted on it as well, and I think the flywheel is slightly heavier brass. But say two engines from a great period of English toy steam, both sort of highly sought after, highly collectible. I would say the L5 would probably be the rarer of the two, though they don't seem to command such higher prices. This particular 203 is totally unrestored and original, and the L5 was restored by its previous owner, a gentleman in Long Eaton by the name of Mr. Arnold. Overall, I say they're both in full working order and are both quite capable of running bigger workshops, though I would have thought that the 203 would certainly be the more punchier of the two. I pull it around a bit, you get a slightly different angle there of the engines running. I don't think these had a decal fitted to them. For some reason mine turned up with it. You can see the similarity in the two oilers on them, which feeds right into the engine frame. To a certain extent, it'll actually allow some of the oil to actually mix in with the incoming steam, thus lubricating the piston on the steam side as well. You can tell that because you've got this sort of emulsified layer that's forming underneath the base plate there. Whistle was a little bit open on that one, but say they're very sort of classic designs from the 50s. I would say that the L5 does take a lot of its design cues from the 203, and in some respects also from Mammoth of the period as well. I'd say it's much bigger than the smaller L5, which in many respects it doesn't bear any resemblance to at all, maybe apart from the shape of the base plate and the curious sort of plunger type piston, although the piston on the L5 is significantly larger than the one on the L4. It's got a much bigger flywheel, similar design, and sort of operating via a disc crank, exactly the same as the 203. So it's nice to see the Latimer actually running. It's the first time I've run it since December 2008. Now that the whistle is closed properly, you can see that it's speed it up considerably now. The 203 obviously has a base plate, a flat base plate mounted on felt feet, and it's quite a sturdy, very sturdy sort of base plate in design, and I think some of them were actually made of aluminium as well. Mine has this strange, curious crinkle finish on the BM embossed firebox. I say it hasn't been polished within an inch of its life at all. It's entirely as found condition. They make a nice sound together, both of these humming away. I'll just let you watch them steam for a moment while I slurp the coffee. Both have exhaust to chimney, although obviously the PW5 base mounted one plugs it to the bottom of the chimney, and the L5 is very similar in some respects to the Luton Bowman 201, the way that it has red painted pipes and the way that both the steam dome and the exit exhaust pipe are situated underneath the removable chimney. So there you have it, two English toy steam classics, the Luton Bowman PW203 and the plain products L5.